Alright, so I'm actually gonna do the last raspberry for today. Then I'm off. So this time I'm gonna go to. I can't. I can't keep doing this to myself. By better ideas. It's been a while. I haven't reacted to it for quite a long time since in case I still keep on missing out. And it's true because I don't know how long I will keep doing this one by myself, of course. And I know there's a lot of support people out there that actually helps me out or want to collaborate with me or help me, you know, reach more, well, reach more subscribers. 'Cause all you have to do is share one of my videos or yeah, or share my videos, one of my reaction videos, of course, and yeah. But it's not easy to do it because it's really very difficult. Because I always keep doing this on my own. I know I just need my own help, and of course my family because let's just say I'm fixing the accent because my you know my thing is not working, of course. Probably gonna be a new one um soon. So yeah, that's the only reason why I keep on forgetting. So yeah, but yeah. So and the other thing about you know me trying to find a girlfriend still and help me with everything, the acting, learning martial art, pro wrestling, and everything. But I know a lot of people will still never understand about me or my life, of course, and that's only the problem that's been going on, currently. So yeah, and and I'm still having some very hard time with my family. A lot of stuff, and yeah, but yeah. So let's check it out. Alright, here we go in five, four, three.
Guys, I'm making this video out of necessity. There's a large part of me, it's been the prevailing part of me as of late, that makes me not want to make this video because it's unfiltered, because it's not ready. What I want to say isn't totally polished. I haven't thought of all the shots that I'm gonna use. I haven't thought of the lenses that I'm gonna use. And this perfectionistic part of me needs to die because it's getting in the way of what I want to do with my life. I've known my whole life that overcomplicating things, thinking about them a million times, planning things endlessly pales in comparison to doing the thing with an unrefined decisiveness. Right now, I'm supposed to be editing a completely different video, but it's taking me so long to do it, and I'm growing so increasingly frustrated with myself that I had to pull out this camera and talk to you guys about my own inner struggle, and hopefully you guys can relate. This is why
It's actually true because I've been doing this, like, I've been trying to do this editing for YouTube, and it was struggling. It's so struggling and hard for me to editing the whole thing. And I was trying to figure out how, but it's just it's just still struggling to me. And yeah, and yeah, cause whenever I try to like put it like in sync or like the rest of the music or skip cut the whole editing now, talking, all that, it just stressed me out every single time. And I Well, to try to figure out how I'm supposed to do the new thing for me to this editing, and it is very difficult. So yeah, that's the only problem about it. So I probably gonna need that help as well. So yeah.
Different video, but it's taking me so long to do it, and I'm growing so increasingly frustrated with myself that I had to pull out this camera and talk to you guys about my own inner struggle, and hopefully you guys can relate. This is why I made this channel. It's because I'm trying to live and get out there as much as I can, gain new experiences, and I will always have sort of an aha moment that I want to share with you guys. It happens all the time. Talking about life and the best way to live it, it goes so deeply into the core of my being. I never stop talking about this type of stuff. But what ends up happening is I have something very genuine I want to say. Then I put on a whole charade around it that sometimes by the end of it, what I'm saying isn't as genuine. It has turned from a core idea that is extremely authentic into a little bit of a production. And that's not all bad. A good example of this is probably my favorite video on the channel, Inaction is a Slow Death. That video from beginning to end is probably my favorite video on the channel by far. Everything that I said was carefully considered, not from a place of trying to sound smart, but it was something I genuinely felt with every fiber of my being. And the shots and all the imagery that I used to convey this message came naturally. It was like, oh, of course, it'd be so cool if I did this. And, you know, I feel like that would be such a good moment if this happened. But there are other times where I kind of forget what I'm doing. You know, I sit here because I have a deadline for a sponsor, like this video, by the way. I'll sit here and it's like, oh, it's time for me to sound smart now. Here, when you think about your life, I watched older videos of mine where there's periods where I just feel very based and I just don't really care about how I'm coming across. And I preferred that way more. And it just reminded me of how overcomplicated I'm making everything. And you're probably the same way, because I have a feeling that I'm not alone with my overcomplication. I actually feel like procrastination, and when you're not living your best life, it's just a form of overcomplication. I use the gym example all the time, but I think it's a really good example. When you really want to go to the gym, maybe you've gone to the gym very consistently in the past, and you start thinking about, oh, how you should be going to the gym more. So you start looking up, you know, the best workout split to do, the best supplements, workout clothes, and your mind goes down this rabbit hole that has nothing to do with working out. Because all working out is going to the gym and lifting heavy stuff. All you need to do to get jacked is show up to the gym 3 days a week, push more weight than you did last time, and eat more food than you usually do gradually. That's all you need to do. And I guarantee you, you can have the best physique of your life on beans and rice. The only catch is you show up to the gym and you try as hard as you can to push more weight than you did last time. That is it. And the person who does that day after day, week after week, month after month, will be in an infinitely better place than the person who knows the best workout split, the best supplements, yada, 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 the best diet to be on, and maybe guiltily convinces himself to go to the gym like a few times within that time frame. That person is left in the dust. And I feel the same way about making content right now, to be honest. I'm watching so many people who, you know, make worse production value videos than I do, and they're killing it. You know, they are crushing the YouTube game because they're making content. They're showing up and making videos. And sometimes it misses and sometimes it's a banger, but they're just showing up. They're putting in the work, whether an idea is super refined and it's their favorite idea of all time or not. They're just showing up, talking to the camera, and putting in the work. And it's really got me thinking about how there is no substitute for putting in the work. There is zero substitute. And any sort of overcomplication or procrastination, it's just denial. You're denying the reality that you will eventually have to sit in front of the camera and talk to it. You're denying the reality that you'll have to drive to the gym and push heavy weights. You're denying the reality that you're gonna have to sit down and do your taxes and file them, and it's gonna be very difficult and very boring. But it's a reality that you cannot escape from. No matter how hard you try, you'll be faced with the suck. Shit's gonna suck. And the sooner you realize that and embrace the suck for what it is, you fully submit to it, then right around the corner, there is the redemptive element of it. You embrace the suck, and then you're transformed by it. You feel good about yourself because you're no longer living in this anxious denial. You're sitting down, you're doing the hard thing, and you're moving your life forward. It's that simple. Changing your entire life, being a good person, being a strong person, developing virtue, eliminating vice, there is not a thing that's complicated about it. But it's not the same as it being easy. It's very difficult. It's very uncomfortable. It's a sucky thing. But the sooner you can embrace the suck, the sooner that you can make something out of it. You don't have to shroud your life in this anxious regret, this denial, this running from, oh, what if doing my taxes is less fun than scrolling Instagram? It is. But is scrolling Instagram for 16 hours fun? I don't think it's very fun. It's like there's dopamine or something, right? There's something going on that keeps you doing it, but your soul leaves your body. You start to decay as a human being. That's not fun. You're not living in this really good, enriching, empowering existence when you're doing that. You're living in denial. But instead of living in a triumphant pain, you're living in a degenerative pain. It's pain either way, but one builds you up and makes you feel really good about yourself, and the other one makes you hardly recognize yourself after a long enough period of time, utterly stripping you of your identity. So this begs the question, you watching this right now, what are you overcomplicating in your life? What is something that you want to make progress on? You know, if it's a habit or a lifestyle change or whatever, what is that thing? And how are you overcomplicating it? What creative ways are you employing to deny the fact that it sucks? So I implore you, I beg you to take a deep breath, relinquish all that stress from your body, and put one foot in front of the other and go do it. That's it. Yeah, it sucks. Embrace it. I want to thank Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video and for being a cool, chill company that lets me say whatever I want, whether or not it's related to health and wellness. As I've mentioned before, Athletic Greens is a unique sponsor because I reached out to them. They didn't reach out to me. I reached out to them because I used their products for like a year and a half or 2 years or something like that, continuously. And it made me feel so good that I reached out to them and said, hey, I would love to rep your stuff. I am a huge believer in AG1 and the way that it makes me feel throughout the day. And that's because it's packed with over 75 vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, and adaptogens with every single scoop. AG1 makes sure that you're giving your body everything it needs to stay focused, energized, healthy, and optimized throughout the day. Probably my favorite thing about AG1 is that I essentially ditched my cupboard full of various herbal potions and multivitamins and whatnot in favor of just a single scoop of AG1. It's kind of the simplest way to give your body everything it needs to function well. So as usual, if you want to check out Athletic Greens and join me in this very simple health optimization habit that I've been doing for over 2 years, then click my link in the description below, and you'll also receive a year's supply of the vitamin D3 and K2 complex, which I also have every single morning, as well as 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. So make sure to hit up that link, and thanks again to Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video. So guys, turn off the phone. Stop living in denial. Go do what you need to do.
Oh, well, I forgot, what he asked at the end. Hold on. I'm just, looking for this part. Hold on a second.
Instagram for 16 hours, fun? I don't think it's very fun. It's like there's dopamine or something, right? There's something going on that keeps you doing it, but your soul leaves your body. You start to decay as a human being. That's not fun. You're not living in this really good, enriching, empowering existence when you're doing that. You're living in denial. But instead of living in a triumphant pain, you're living in a degenerative pain. It's pain either way, but one builds you up and makes you feel really good about yourself, and the other one makes you hardly recognize yourself after a long enough period of time, utterly stripping you of your identity. So this begs the question, you watching this right now, what are you overcomplicating in your life? What is something that you want to make progress on? You know, if it's a habit or a lifestyle change or whatever, what is that thing?
Well, that is the question that I want to answer. Like, what is the overcomplication that I need to try, and what is the progress what I'm trying to complete of? Cause that I would have to answer that because the only thing is that trying to like build up for growing my YouTube and over and for my Patreon as well because even though it's a slowly progress of it because it's a lot of difficult for for me to try because I can't do four of the channels well well for Patreon and YouTube I can't do four of them at the same time because it would get very difficult for me for like to hey let y'all know that I post on Patreon and um yeah I finished posting on Patreon. You want to check it out? And guess what? Nobody else check out my Patreon videos for the first time because maybe I was doing it wrong. Cause I thought about it and I thought I was doing it right, but maybe not. Cause I've been trying to figure it out what I was supposed to do to fix it. But now on YouTube, all I did was post on reaction videos every single day. And ever since I got more views for Talent On, they always focus on that one instead, me react to currently. They never care. They never care about it. They never like care of anything that I was gonna react to. They never care about my gameplay. And that's how it is. Like maybe yeah, I was a funny person. I always laugh every single time the funny videos, of course. And that's how it is, cause you just feel like, okay, maybe I was wrong for not paying attention. You react to it currently, or do so much of gameplay, or talk about some. It's always very difficult to like to see if somebody else react, see my new reaction videos instead of over the old videos of mine and get copyrighted every single time and for no reason why. It's just very difficult on YouTube and Patreon as well. So yeah, but also I've been always having some hard time, doing some editing. When I saw like a lagging and stuff, I just always trying to fix things, for editing. And it'll never work on it. And I'm trying to find somewhere that, you know, I can get like a really big support and all that stuff, man. it's very difficult. It's always very difficult, and trying my best to be good at the acting and martial arts. I mean, I always talk about for difficult for martial art. 'Cause it was very difficult to do martial art, and it's all about the body moving, the timing, the speed, all that. It just very difficult. Cause it's really like it was slowly progress, a slowly progress of like a day after day until next month. You still get, you still trying to get a hang of it, and yeah, that's how it is, and along with pro wrestling as well, cause it's the same thing for martial art, cause it's cause both martial arts and pro wrestling are slowly progressed for learn, like from singing, dancing, and all the other stuff that like a progress, and yeah, that's how it is. But here's the other thing. I've been trying my best to do this for my family and for my friends because it's always very difficult to try to like, you know, try to be myself and all. It's a very hard difficult, and it's always like that sometimes, and I just don't know what to do. I just really don't know how would I try to like be myself and all that, cause I don't know. Like maybe it needs some more positive videos or anything like that because it's how it is. So yeah, but yeah, that's the only thing about it because I know it's very hard to like try to be myself, but I just don't know how. It's so hard to still be myself, and I just really don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Yeah, and also, I've been trying my best to like pull myself together for for me and for me, myself, my family, or my friends that been have some very hard times, or actually don't know me and stuff, and yeah, that's how the world we live in, and yeah, but but yeah, man, I think that's gonna be it for today. I'll probably talk more about my struggles, cause I just can't, man. But yeah, I'll talk more of what's been going on and with me and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, man. I think that's gonna be it for today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new here. Click the bell notification down below, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.